March Madness begins in earnest on the women's side today, and we can actually now call it that formally. More on that in a second. But for now, we're joined by somebody who starred at Tennessee as a player, who's coached at UCLA and LSU, and now is the president of the Las Vegas Aces in the WNBA, Nikki Fargas. Nikki, that is the full gamut of college experience all the way up to professional executive. So we're going to tap into a little bit of that on all levels. But college player standpoint, Paige Bueckers is a name that we're still kind of unsure what kind of impact she can have for UConn. Just 15 minutes per game in 5 games back since returning from knee surgery. What kind of impact do you expect her to have on this pillar program, a 2 seed in this year's field?
Well, what's played into their favor is the fact that they've had this break. You know, Paige came back and is playing 15 minutes a game, but she also needed to get back into the rhythm of playing. And so the minutes are going to increase as the tournament continues and then as they continue to win. But the thing that she does well is that she makes her teammates look better, because you have to respect her game, even though she's been out. But this young lady can score the basketball at multiple layers. You can see her shooting the three, her dribble penetration. And so defenses will have to respect Paige Buecker's game. And so in game planning for UConn, that's another player that you're not just going to sag off of. You're not going to just leave her open. You still got to play Paige Buecker. An 85% Paige Buecker is good, and maybe as good as some that are 90-95% in this tournament.
All right, speaking of someone who's good, Caitlin Clark from the University of Iowa. The girl is a superstar. I mean, she's bringing out Steph Curry type of vibes every single time she steps on the court. And for me, I used to live out in Iowa last year. So, you know, I pulled up on the Hawkeye faithful, and I saw how they get down with the get down. But, man, the thing that's crazy about her is if she has a slight off night, what's her teammate and that supporting cast going to do? So if that situation presents itself in the tournament, do you think that supporting cast will be able to kind of help lift this team up over that hurdle?
Well, they're going to have to. You know, it's hard for one player to play their A game the entire tournament. So other players will have to step up when you look at if Paige was to struggle. She's one of 2 players averaging 20-plus points a game. Shazano is the other one, but Kate Martin is gaining confidence from the Big Ten tournament. And the other thing about the Hawkeyes is that they lead the country in field goal percentage right at 50.5%. So with that being said, there are other offensive weapons on the floor.
Yeah, Caitlin Clark leading the nation in not just points, but also assists. We've never seen that before on the women's side, only once on the men's side with Trae Young. Nikki, I mentioned that you played at Tennessee, a darn good program. You coached at UCLA, LSU, now team president of the Aces. We are able to call this March Madness for the first time. ESPN ad sales for this event sold out 40 days ago. What is it like as somebody who's been an influencer at every level of the game to see this growth and momentum over the last few years especially?
I'm just going to say it's about time. I mean, women's basketball, I mean, obviously I'm a fan of women's basketball at every level, as a player, as someone who coached it, as someone who watches it, and now someone who runs a franchise. But the interest in women's college basketball is at its peak. And so for broadcasting games to now be more innovative, to have different levels of commitment of what the advertisement is going to look like, it's only going to enhance the fans' experience, but it also brings an excitement around the season, around March Madness, that we have caught the attention of these brands. And to me, that's so important as we move forward in what women's college basketball is going to do as it propels also and has a direct impact at the WNBA level.
Yeah, the emotion and alumna pride that we all have for our respective universities is an apples-to-apples comparison of what we see in the men's field, all the great upsets and moments there. Nikki, thanks so much. Enjoy the tournament.
Thank you, Nikki. Appreciate it.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.